Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here for a reading for you, Gemini. Gemini for the period from the 1st to the 15th of January. So let's take a look first, what's happening in the sky. Let me move over so you'll see these pictures. Now, first of all, we have on the Saturday, the 4th of January, a meteor shower, a very interesting meteor shower because it's abundant. It's short, intense, but there are lots of meteors that shower the sky, about 9 per hour. And what's interesting about this is this quadrantines meteor shower is that they'll be visible, the radiant, the point that seems to initiate, where the meteor initiates, is going to be visible at 66 degrees in the northeastern horizon. Then we've got this cool event. I like this. It's the perihelion. Peri means near or close to, and helion is sun. And it is the day, January 5th, the day that the Earth is going to be the closest to the sun, which I think is so cool. Then we've got a conjunction, the Moon and ALDEBARAN. We have lots of these, hi Louisiana, we have lots of these conjunctions during the year, Moon and ALDEBARAN. But what's different about this on Tuesday, January 7th, is that they're very close, 2.3 degrees from one another in the constellation of Taurus. Then we've got the moon. We've got the lunar eclipse, a penumbral lunar eclipse. And what does that mean? Penumbral means that it will be in a shadow. It's not going to be totally eclipsed. It's sort of a partial eclipse. There's just shadowed where you can see the moon, almost all of it. And what's interesting, well, what occurs with the eclipses? Eclipses are important for us because it usually the eclipses are marking a moment in the sky that is the peak of the moon cycle. And not only that, it heralds in a cycle of completion. But what's more interesting for us is that the full moon is in Cancer, this very sensitive sign, and that's going to have its reflection on us in the sense that secrets may be revealed during this period. And as being such a sensitive sign, Cancer, it talks about feelings coming to a head and emotions running high. So let's be prepared for that. Now let's go on to the reading. And I'm going to show you. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That wasn't supposed to happen, but let me see if I can remedy that. I hope you didn't hear that so strong. There you go. We are okay. Here I am again. Oh, sorry about that. Now, I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot by the artist Gustav Klimt, and I have this makeshift camera here, a different video, and I have to learn how to get rid of my phone's display, but it's affording me a very fast, without latency, hands. You can see that in the first 6 videos that I put out, there was too much latency, so I'll work that out over the next week and see. It's just a learning process, and so I've never learned so many things in my life since I opened this channel, I have to say, but that's what we're here for. That's probably gives me the most satisfaction, is to learn things. So Gemini, what's in store for you for the first 2 weeks of January? What's in store for you for the first 2 weeks of January? So I'll show you these. I'm going to first lay the cards, and I'll show you them, and then I'm going to cast runes on every card, and then talk about the meaning of these cards. Let me show you the runes, just like my bingo bag, like the bingo and all of the numbers here. Let's see. Oh, wait, first I said, here I am blabbering, and the phone falling, the camera falling really threw me off. I'm so sorry about that. Gemini, this is the first incoming card is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful cards these are. The Wheel of Fortune, the 10th major arcana. Then the next card is the 7 of Cups. Then we have the 8 of Coins. We've got the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. Gemini, let's see what's going on. Let's add these runes and take a look. Let's add the runes and take a look. I'll show you those runes as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, now look. We have to bear in mind before I start reading these cards that the two tens that I have, difficult cards, the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, are announce an end of a cycle, an end of difficulty, an end of heaviness, an end of difficult periods. But let me go one at a time. So now over this Wheel of Fortune, I have Perdreau. Now Perdreau is a rune of magic, of mystery. It's a rune that talks of hidden secrets that come to the fore that you'll be able to see. It talks about intuition, the occult, you know, where secrets emerge and you get the answers revealed to you in the form of surprises, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini friends. So around that full moon, when we talked about secrets emerging, well, this is all the more so true for you, Gemini. Now, the 7 of Cups here. The 7 of Cups has the rune called Awats, and Awats is a very powerful ally for you. The universe indeed has your back. You are protected. The 7 of Cups. What's the 7 of Cups all about? Usually tarot readers talk about the 7 of Cups as being a card even of alcoholism, of disorientation, you know, not knowing what to choose. There's so many choices. In Italian, there's the expression embarrassment of choice. Well, that's what the 7 of Cups is really, the embarrassment of choice. But choose you may, because you have Awats, the hue tree, on your side. Whatever choice you make, you cannot go wrong. Now, then I have here the 8 of Coins, the 8 of Coins, and I've got Yera. Yera is a rune that often talks about timing, and the timing is concerns the harvest, a reward, a taking back. It's a karmic reward that you have. Now, the 8 of Coins is usually a card that talks about on our way to being abundant with that 9, but it is an 8, and Yera does talk about rewards. And they are not full-blown out rewards in terms of abundance, but they are rewards for efforts and justice and legalities. Here I'm talking, there may be people among you, Gemini friends, that have legal proceedings underway, and the sentencing the rulings will come in. This also concerns a how can I put it? It's karmic payback. Okay, this is generally karmic payback, but it also talks of timing. It also gives us the question of something. It answers the question, well, I've been waiting so long. How long do I have to wait? This tells you to be patient, and also then it will be coming your way. But it's not automatic. It doesn't come immediately when you expect it. but there is karmic payback in a positive sense. Karmic payback in a positive sense. Now we have this Knight of Wands. Now the Knight of Wands, Gemini, has Wunyo, which is one of the most joyous runes, one of the most, let's say, you in a casting, you really do want to get Wunyo. Why? Wunyo is the rune of joy. Wunyo is a rune of happiness. Wunyo is a rune that that tells you, look, this night is coming. There's passion there. There's an exercise in building certain blocks to create something that you are interested in creating. Wunyo talks about coming together and a relationship. Now, if you're expecting answers concerning a project, Wunyo gives you a positive outcome. If you're waiting for an answer concerning a competition that you've applied to, a work position that you've applied for, expect success there. Wunyo also talks about your affections and relationships, the warmth around them. With this Knight, it talks about warmth and passion. Now, I have these two tens. Now, what are these two tens talking about? First of all, the Ten of Wands. I have Otala. And Otala is a, I like to think of Otala as a key, to unlocking certain desires that you have expressed over the past period, in the past period, and having to do with your possessions, having to do with things that money can buy, your desires. The rune Otala talks about, unfortunately, there's a downside here, and the downside that's heralded by this Ten of Wands means that you are maybe consumed by an ideal, and you don't see anything else but an ideal vision that you have. You're consumed by a particular vision. You're consumed about a specific ideal. But Otala talks about things that money can buy, not necessarily the ones that you are looking to buy. Now, the reading, the tarot reading, closes on a very high note here. There's this Ten of Swords, and remember, it's the end of a cycle, the tens. And I have Soilo here, and the rune Soilo is literally the sun, means the sun, but it also means victory, success, and great power. Great power in terms of communication now, great power in terms of leaving behind things unsaid, and heralding in a moment where things will start to open, the communication starts to open. Now, to end the reading here, I'm going to take an Italian oracle deck that's called the Destiny, the Oracle of Destiny. I use it for my private readings because I like the way it answers questions. I like the way it talks to me. And now I've chosen this to use this during this reading today. During these readings today, I'll open two groups of cards and show you those. The first three are matrimony, matrimonio, wedding, buona fede, good faith, trust, and speranza, hope. Now, this is definitely talking to people who are looking toward creating a partnership, whether in romance or contractual partnership. This is definitely, if you have something of this nature in your hands during this 2-week period, go for it, go for it, go for it. Partnerships are favored. Then the last three cards, Gemini, are imbroglio, trickery, Giovane Bruno, the young dark-haired person, and soddisfazioni, satisfactions. It looks like to me that those there's a person in your midst that has been using how can I say, has been dealing in a certain fashion that never seemed to be above board to you, but they're going to be very successful in relation to something they have together with you. This is interesting. This is quite interesting. So remember, if you have a contract in here or a partnership that you have to decide on, go for it, Gemini. This is the 2-week period that you want to do that. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini friends, do like and share my videos if you enjoy them, and subscribe. I'd love that. I will be back. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini friends, until we read together again.